Hello everybody! How are you all doing? I'm absolutely fine here. And friends, today we are going to talk something related to US, which is the sanctions which are imposed by the United States of America, and we are going to talk in detail about them. And not only that, but we are also going to talk about whether these sanctions are useful to America and are yielding some profits for America. Alright friends, so let's dive deeper into this topic. Let's go. Now friends, the first thing or the first question which rises in our mind when we think about the sanctions imposed by the United States of America is, why do different countries adhere to its sanctions? Like, why do they adhere to the sanctions imposed by the United States of America? And the reason is like completely clear and straightforward. Obviously, because it's a superpower and the only superpower in the world. Yes. And the United States of America dominates the global finance and trade, and that's why it is a superpower. Yes, that is the reason. And the superpower is a country which has a lot of control on the global finance and trade, and has a formidable army and like all those things. So that's why countries adhere to the sanctions imposed by the United States of America. Otherwise they would just lose ties, or they would just deteriorate ties with the United States. Yes, and nobody wants that, as having strong ties, strong relationships, strong partnerships with a superpower, and the only superpower in the world, is a really good thing, obviously. Now friends, this spike of sanctions has actually started since 2001 terrorist attacks. And friends, now erstwhile President Donald Trump's penchant for sanctions, or for using sanctions on adversaries such as Iran and North Korea and other countries, is clearly visible through some statistics, because about 3,800 sanctions were imposed by the United States of America in the tenure of erstwhile President Donald Trump, and it is a lot. Oh boy, so many sanctions. Yes, like there were so many, and we can clearly see Donald Trump's penchant for sanctions through these statistics, can't we? Like there are so many sanctions now, so many sanctions that people are starting to think that now it is going to harm the United States of America altogether. Because there are so many sanctions, till October 2021, there are about 9,000 sanctions imposed on different countries. 9,000 sanctions, and that is absolutely a lot. That people are starting to think that this will cause a problem for different American companies to trade, etc. And this will lead to the nadir of the United States. Because, there are so many sanctions, and sanctions are some sort of an embargo, and yes, they can be of different things, but they are mostly of trade. Yes, trade. You cannot trade with someone, or you can threaten them that I will put sanctions on you if you do not stop conducting trade with a specific country. You can threaten that country. So this, if we see, this thing has started to decrease the trade of many American companies. And now, the United States is also thinking that it is true, we are imposing so many sanctions that we need to stop this. Yes, we need to hold all of this. That's too much for us to handle right now. Yes, so many sanctions are there right now, and it's not at all good for the American companies right now. They're starting to realize it, and that's why they are thinking that we can stop sanctions on some things. For example, sanctions have been imposed by the United States on Iran, but right now they have stopped the sanctions on Iran. They have pulled over the sanctions from Iran relating to the COVID-19 stuff, so that the American companies like medical companies such as Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, etc. can conduct trade and more money can come into the United States. And similar to this, there are like many things going on, but sometimes they are necessary, as the petrification of the nuclear weapons by Iran and the North Korea. So sometimes they are really necessary, but right now I think they are a bit too much. Yes, we need to accept this thing. They are too much right now. And you know, the Treasury is also saying that we will review all these sanctions right now. We will review all these and just think that these sanctions are necessary right now. These sanctions are not, because from a long time there hasn't been a review, and there are sanctions on different things which are necessary right now, but were necessary at a particular time in the past, but are not necessary right now. So they need to be lifted. So they need to be lifted so that the United States or the US can conduct trade with them again, and more money input can be seen. Yes, and many advisors and secretaries have said that it is pretty necessary right now. So friends, alright, that's it for today. Now, hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'm going to see you next time, alright? Because, yeah, this was it about the sanctions, and I thought I covered all the necessary topics, like why the countries are adhering to the sanctions imposed by the USA, and which president has imposed the most sanctions, right? And how the sanctions might lead to the eventual nadir of the USA. So alright friends, I think those are the necessary topics. So that's it now. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'm going to see you next time. So don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and tap the bell icon also. And now I'm going to see you next time. Bye.